What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Sergeant Moose here, back with another The Texas Chainsaw Massacre video. And in today's video, guys, we're going to talk about a little discussion that's been floating around the community lately, and that is how useful exactly is Scout nowadays, and has it been shadow nerfed? So, we simply ran a few tests with our hitchhiker on the Scout, a simple little race, if you will, with and without it. We timed it, and the results were actually kind of staggering, guys. It does not seem, with the tests that I've done, 15% extra speed with Scout is just not adding up. Now, this is the first time I've ever tested to see how much of a difference in speed Scout is versus not having Scout, but I will tell you right now, guys, I do not think that Scout is a 15% speed increase anymore. Of course, we do have it at level 3, and for those of you that know, Scout at level 3 is a 15% speed increase with a 10% damage negation on your characters, and this has nothing to do with endurance. Scout has nothing to do with endurance whatsoever. It's just simply speed, not stamina, and based on that, it should be 15% faster when you're running it. So we simply spawned in on Family House with Hitchhiker, our regular spawn right outside the Family House. I ran one with Scout. Let's check and see how long that took. Alright guys, so this is just a simple quick test that we ran here with Hitchhiker. You guys can do it too. Anybody can do it. It's very easy. If you want to get a timer out, you can also time this for yourself. But basically, we're just spawning in as Hitchhiker here. And the goal is just to turn around, and we're going to run up right to the edge of the fence here where the hedge is right up top here. And this is with Scout. Again, 28 endurance. We started it as soon as we started running, and we're going to stop it as soon as we hit the edge of this hedge, which is right there. And guys, that was 6.89 seconds. Now, that is with Scout. So let's go ahead. We're going to test and see without Scout how long it takes us. Alright guys, same scenario, back on Family House, same starting position. We took off Scout, replaced it with Dinner Bell. We're going to start as soon as we start running. Boom, there we go. We're headed up to the hedge here. As soon as we hit the side of this hedge, we're going to stop the timer, which, boom, right there, we stopped the timer. Now, based on my timer, guys, that was 7.08 seconds without Scout. Now, remember, with Scout, it was 6.89 seconds, and I also timed these multiple times. I got sometimes a difference of maybe a few milliseconds, you know, positive, negative, but nothing really drastic that would show me 15%. So based on that, guys, we ran with Scout 0.19 seconds faster, which is about a third of a second faster, guys, with Scout. Now, doing simple math, based on 15% of Scout, we should have ran that 1.06 seconds faster, which should have been just under 6 seconds faster with Scout. So we ran it without Scout at 7.08. We should have ran it around 5.95-ish faster. That should have been the time with Scout. It was not. It was almost another full second longer with Scout. So based on that alone, guys, and of course we're going to be doing more testing, but it does not seem like we're getting a 15% speed increase with Scout anymore. Now, the interesting thing is I've also been taking it off with Hitchhiker and testing it because I feel like Hitchhiker's the best one to test it with, at least for me, because he's so fast anyway. I've taken it off with him, guys, and honestly, I have not noticed a huge difference. So based on this video and based on what I'm saying, guys, is Scout really worth a perk slot anymore on these characters? So the only character that I'm using Scout on right now currently is the Cook. For those of you that know me, I never really ran the Scout Leatherface anyway. I did run the Scout Leatherface back in the day for a few months probably. We have it all maxed out and everything like that, but I prefer the damage build with Leatherface, so there's really no difference there for me. It doesn't really affect me not running it on him. But as for the other characters, guys, and of course we'll be testing it on the other ones too to make sure, but it does not seem that Scout is giving a 15% speed increase. And I don't know if it's always been like that, but I will notice within the past few weeks, ever since the Choose Flight nerf, I have not noticed a big difference on my Hitchhiker not running Scout versus running Scout. So at this time, guys, I think it's safe to say that you can make your builds not revolve around Scout on your characters, and you can still make them effective, and you can still chase down survivors and kill them. This has been something, and I'm so glad to be saying this, because I have been on a few of my characters heavily reliant on Scout, and I didn't want to touch my Hitchhiker because I am a Hitchhiker main, and I loved his Scout wired frame, fired up chase build, and I never wanted to mess with that because I've always had success with it. But at this time, I feel like I can only improve this build by taking off Scout, and I can interchange it with other perks, and that's awesome. I think it's great that we don't have to solely rely on Scout. Now, is Scout still useful? Well, that kind of remains to be seen, because remember, guys, you are losing 10% damage, too, with Scout. So, I mean, I've noticed a huge difference on my Hitchhiker. I'm getting kills a lot faster now in chases. I don't have to, hit him 10 or 13 times anymore to get a kill, depending on who it is in the basement. The hits feel a lot harder, and I can tell the victims are taking a lot more damage by that 10% boost that I'm getting back without Scout. So, I mean, I'm going to test it on Cook, too, without Scout, see how it works, see if I still feel kind of, decently fast without it. But I will say, I don't think it's useful as much as what it used to be. I don't know if it's a dead perk now, but this opens up so many more opportunities to put different perks. Another damage perk on your build. If you want to run a serrated that you couldn't run because you had to have Scout or something like that. It is awesome, guys. I'm actually really, really excited about it, because I hate perks that take damage away from you. But Scout before with Choose Flight, it was just an absolute must, and it kind of sucked that you had to rely on that. But now, man, this opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. So with that said, guys, let me know your thoughts on it down below. Like I said, this was just a simple test. I don't know if this is definitive to say that, Scout has been shadow nerfed. But from my opinion, and just the feel of how my characters feel without Scout and with Scout, it does not feel very different. It does not feel like 15%. But yeah, with that said, guys, my name's Sergeant Moose. Thanks so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.